Welcome to The Peak, where becoming your best self is our goal. I'm Ashley Russo. On this week's episode, an event that supports housing in our region, the best activities for you and your kids, and how St. Luke's supports mental and behavioral health. All that and more coming up on The Peak. Every year, Habitat for Humanity Lehigh Valley hosts a competition for women to raise money for a good cause. Let's see what a difference a hammer and a nail can make.
We build strength, stability, and self-reliance through shelter, and to me, that's something that's so important for our community.
The homeowners that come through our program, they're so hardworking, they're absolutely amazing, and watching that, I would say that our homeowners appreciate their homes more than any other person I've met in my entire life who moves in, because they've helped build it.
At Habitat, my job is to make sure that our events are impactful and engaging. An event like She Nailed It is exactly that. It's our signature event. It's raising money for crucial home improvements, affordable housing, and it's just an event that you don't want to miss.
So today is one of the largest She Nailed It events. They doubled their teams this year, so there's 60 teams competing for this event today, and all the funds raised are going to the local Lehigh Valley Habitat for Humanity.
I absolutely am thrilled. I've been looking forward to this event for the last 3 months, and we have such a beautiful day, so it can't get any better.
This competition is so much fun. Once everyone gets going, the energy just completely fills the entire space.
I love helping women. I love seeing women do their thing and take ownership and take control, and I am so happy to be here.
I decided to volunteer because this is a great way to give back to the community. I think it is amazing to see how many businesses and how many local people have come out to volunteer to all support a really good cause in our local area.
When I was 13 years old at East Hills Middle School, we went to a soup kitchen, and although that was not my first time visiting a soup kitchen, I had a particular experience with one of the gentlemen sitting at a table. He mumbled under his breath that the worst part about being homeless is that nobody cares to know how you got there. And really the reality is that we're all one paycheck away from being or sitting at that table. And so I think for all of us, we have a social responsibility to lift each other up. I became an activist in housing and homelessness because I truly believe that shelter should not be an option. It's a human right, it's a human need, and so I push for that every single day that I'm with Habitat and the days that I'm not with Habitat. So it is a passion for me. I do believe that we need to all support each other. I push for it every day. It should not be an option. It's a human right and a human need.
So this is our 10th anniversary of She Nailed It. We've created it as a competition, and we've added a tailgate component. So it's really engaging. People can come from all different companies, from local businesses.
But the point of this event is really to empower women. It's also empowering the community. Empower yourself in every way possible. And as a community, the fact that we've got women all coming together to empower one another, it's amazing. And today's an amazing day, and it's exciting, and everyone's excited to be here.
I'm not very handy, but fortunately, I'm grateful my team is. Now let's check in with Holly as she explores some kid-friendly activities in the region.
School's out for summer and the kids need something to do. Keep the learning going while getting out and exploring the outdoors or diving into a science experiment. You can do all of that and more at Da Vinci Science Center located in Allentown. It offers hands-on exhibits, making science fun and interactive for children 12 and under. The answer to the question, how does that work, is explored at Da Vinci Science Center. Find your way through a dark tunnel maze, test your creativity at the animation station, or experience the force of high winds in the hurricane simulator. There's always fun programming to make your time spent together memorable and enriching. And same-day visitor re-entry is free. Come and go as you please. but we think you'll want to stick around. For a different kind of science lesson, move on over to Klein Farms Dairy and Creamery. Get a glimpse of farm life by taking a tour. Conveniently located on Klein Road in Easton, farm staff are always prepared to give tours, which consists of seeing farm operations firsthand. Plus, a warmer day calls for a delicious scoop of ice cream to stroll with. It's homemade and said to be some of the best ice cream visitors have ever tasted. A summer is truly incomplete without a fresh scoop of ice cream from the farm. It's a win-win for everyone. Fall in love with summer and jump for joy at Free Fall Trampoline Park in Bethlehem. It's the largest indoor entertainment center in Lehigh Valley with over 33,000 square feet of wall-to-wall trampolines, battle beams, dunk hoops, airbags, a ropes course, and more. Let your little ones get a little energy out. Special times are listed for every age group, from children 6 years of age and under to adults. Inclusion is key. There are even nights planned for kids with special needs, with no music to make it sensory sensitive, but fun for everyone. Activities for kids come at no shortage in Lehigh Valley, especially in the summer months. Don't be afraid to join in on all the fun. We're all kids at heart. I'm Holly Harrow with Discover Lehigh Valley, and this is Peek at the Valley.
Thanks, Holly. We really do have some great activities for all ages to enjoy. Up next, let's get our hearts pumping with tips from St. Luke's. Stay tuned. This is The Peak. Getting active is an important part of staying healthy. I love trying new exercises, and yoga classes are fun and relaxing. Check it out.
Hi, I'm John Graham, Senior Network Administrator for Fitness and Sports Performance at St. Luke's University Health Network. Today I'm here with our exercise coordinator, Haley Goldman, to introduce yoga exercise tips.
Thanks, John. My name is Haley Goldman. I am the Group Fitness Coordinator here at St. Luke's Fitness and Sports Performance Center, West End location. We're going to discuss the benefits of yoga, the mind-body connection, and how it allows the body to settle, the heart rate to settle, the blood pressure to lower, all while creating strength and flexibility through the body. So let's start on all fours, hands and knees, tabletop position. So we're looking for a nice flat back, core engaged, drawing that lower belly towards your spine. Linking our movement to our breath as we inhale, extend the spine. Chin is up, tailbone is up, and feel a nice stretch through the abdomen. On your exhale, we round out the spine, tuck that tailbone under, look towards your belly button. Then we can walk the hands forward away from those knees. Engage the glutes in a modified plank position, keeping the core strong, elbows pointing back as you lower yourself down to the floor. On inhale into Cobra, lifting the chest and extending the spine, reaching back through strong legs. Engage your glutes, reach back through the toes, and then lower the chest back down. On your next exhale, lift back, bring those hips back over the knees, keeping our thighs perpendicular to the floor. We'll move into puppy stretch. Extend the reach of the arms forward to the end of the mat and open through the front of the chest and into those shoulders. Again, pulling that belly into the back. Think of the same spinal extension we just did. On your exhale, bring the hands back beneath your shoulders, curl those toes under into downward facing dog. We lift the hips. Bring our chest towards our thighs and ease through the back of the legs to bring length to the back of the body. Again, that same puppy stretch feel. We're gonna bring our chest towards our thighs here, opening through the shoulders and chest as we paddle the heels down towards the mat. Thank you for joining us today. Please try these tips at home. You can move through this sequence several times until it starts to feel good for you. See you next time on The Peak.
Yoga is good for the mind, body, and soul. Thanks for the tips, St. Luke's. Recently, I sat down with Russell Fletcher from Mishka Vodka to see what he's bringing to the spirits industry. Welcome to Unscripted with Russo. I'm Ashley Russo, your host, and I'm so excited to be talking to our friend Russell Fletcher, the CEO and master distiller at Mishka Premium Vodka and the founder of This Life Forever. Russell, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you for having me, Ashley. It's a pleasure to be here.
Well, it all started with a little gift of vodka. What is it about this industry that really appeals to you?
I felt like there was lack of creativity from the all natural aspect of it. And I felt like bringing a honey vodka to the table would be something that would be just like, I think it would be mind blowing.
You are now the first Black distillery owner in the state of Pennsylvania, the second in the United States. And it's pretty darn good stuff, I'm going to say out there to everybody listening. So where are you headed? Where do you see this thing going?
A bigger space, opening up the production a little bit. We did some great work at Coca-Cola Park with the Iron Pigs right here in the Valley. We just signed on for a second season for 2022.
What are some things now that your son is kind of getting to that age where you can get out and about and do things as a family? Are there any activities in particular that you guys really enjoy doing together that you feel like is unique to the Lehigh Valley?
I mean, we're big festival folks. Obviously, the business does play currently a good part of that. I've got awesome staff. So he's able to experience the festivals, let alone from the work aspect, but also just the fun of it and kind of just getting to know the people. You have like so much of everything. If you know exactly what to look for, or more so if you know what you want. If you don't know what you want, it's a perfect place to kind of get a little bit of a tidbit of everything.
I love that about the Lehigh Valley. I think it truly embraces the family idea, whatever your family looks like, not necessarily traditional looking family, but just the concept that, you know, the grandparents, the aunts and uncles, the children, everybody's welcome. And I think it's a great point about the Lehigh Valley. So thank you so much for being a part of Unscripted, and we wish you the best of luck. I have to tell you, I can't wait to have my next Mishka cocktail.
All right. Thank you, Ashley.
Thanks, everybody. You've been listening to Unscripted with Russo. Until next time. For the full interview, visit youtube.com/thepeaktv. And don't forget to subscribe to Unscripted with Russo on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. Mental health issues are on the rise, but St. Luke's is tackling this issue with its new behavioral health unit. Let's take a look.
More than ever, we have loneliness and despair and economic uncertainties really finding their way into the lives of teenagers.
Over the last few years with COVID, we've seen a dramatic increase in pediatric patients in the emergency department coming in for mental health needs. We've had to hold patients for extended periods of time in the emergency department, and we've had to send patients to faraway places like Pittsburgh and Philadelphia. I'm excited for our kids to be treated in the community.
This is our adolescent behavioral health unit at our Easton campus. It's a much needed service to be able to provide inpatient support for adolescents between 12 and 18 years of age who need help with their mental, emotional, and behavioral wellness.
We will see children that are depressed. We'll see children that are anxious. We'll also see children who might have some psychotic disorders.
The unit is going to have a safe, sterile environment. The staffing ratio is wonderful in that we have many dedicated nurses and behavioral health technicians that will keep our kids safe. And the therapy and group therapies, as well as case management resources to stabilize them and teach them new coping skills and create safety plans for successful discharges is our aim.
Rather than them sitting in our emergency department for sometimes a week at a time, they will now be able to take one elevator 3 floors up, and they will be in a safe, comfortable environment that will help them heal quickly. Welcome to the St. Luke's Easton campus. I am so excited to be standing here today as we announce the unveiling of the St. Luke's Adolescent Behavioral Health Unit. This new 16-bed adolescent inpatient unit will be designed for adolescents aged 12 to 18. We're so appreciative of the network support for this program.
St. Luke's University Health Network saw the incredible need for this service, and I am proud to say that I'm part of the new unit and service to the community.
think this kind of unit is important to every community, and Easton is no exception. Our children are suffering. They've been suffering for a long time. We are here to help you. St. Luke's is here, this unit is here, and please don't hesitate.
It will get them care in a comfortable, safe environment, and hopefully to get them back to their families and back to their lives very quickly.
Joining me today is Dr. Andrew Clark. Dr. Clark is the Section Chief of Child and Adolescent Psychiatry at St. Luke's University Health Network. Dr. Clark, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
Tell me a little bit about the practice of child and adolescent psychiatry and what inspired you to get involved in this field, and how have you seen it change over time?
Child and adolescent psychiatry has a long history as an important branch of the field of psychiatry. We specialize in neurodevelopmental disorders that stem out of early childhood, as well as the impact that stress and trauma can have on children and adolescents in their development. Overall, my inspiration for the field came from just a love of sheer development. I think that the topic of development really fascinates me. I just felt that this was the frontier of where I wanted to lead my career. And the need is just so great.
We're so grateful to have you here as a part of our community. And you also wear another hat, which is that you're the medical director of the Adolescent Behavioral Health Inpatient Unit at St. Luke's Easton Hospital. So you must see a broad range of mental and behavioral health issues. Why is it important to address mental health at such an early age? Why do we need to be maybe discouraged against that, oh, well, they'll grow out of it concept?
I think that it's real important to give people that leg up so that they are able to have the tools in place to be able to evaluate their own needs and their thoughts and how their emotions really affect them in ways that when a kid, say a 12-year-old who I may have just seen on the inpatient unit, is able to get those tools, there's less of a chance that they're going to be in a position where they're overwhelming fight against, say, depression or severe anxiety disorder. So we want to try to help as early in this process as possible to give people the tools and the correct diagnosis, treatment plans to prevent what can be often chronic illness that pervades itself into adulthood.
I love the concept of giving adolescents, teens, children the tools, because really it's no different than giving people the proper tools to deal with any illness. So what are some signs that parents or teachers should be on the lookout for to identify if a child is suffering from something? I have to say I'm the parent of two teenagers who just spent 2 years through COVID, and we all know as parents that's had varying degrees of effect on our children, on our society. And I really have found myself on the lookout for certain signs. So what should those be?
I would say that at any developmental point, there's going to be different stressors that are natural and expected. For example, transitioning from 5th to 6th grade is a natural stressor point that many elementary to middle schoolers experience. Regardless of any predispositions for mental illness that could be genetic or due to environmental stressors such as like COVID-19, we got to be mindful of certain vulnerable time points that is just natural. What you want to keep an eye out for is exaggerations of what you may already sort of expect. The ornery teenager who wants to be alone in the room, well, that's kind of a normal thing, right? There's a certain level of autonomy and independence that is their natural goals of that time age. But when it comes to them having a level of anger, a level of disrespect, or a quantity of time that they're spending alone or isolated, that's where I think the signs and symptoms lie in these exaggerated, more extreme examples of isolation and a lack of communication.
I remember my pediatrician telling me something so interesting. She said to me early on when the kids were so little, don't worry so much about their symptoms, worry about the behaviors associated with the symptoms. So just talking about illness, like, are they eating? Are they drinking? Are they going to the bathroom? They're probably okay and they'll fight it off. If those normal behaviors started to change, that's when they said, give us a call. And it sounds like the same kind of rule applies here, that if as a parent, you know, this is really out of that normal scope, you need to seek help. But where do you go for help? Like, what does a parent or a teacher or a caregiver do when they suspect their child might need some sort of intervention? And what kind of services does St. Luke's offer in that regard?
Well, hopefully things can get caught on early enough that if families are talking to their pediatricians, if there's such signs, as you said, that you can, without things getting, too out of control or out of hand, to get in contact with our therapists at St. Luke's. Many of the schools, St. Luke's offers the YES program, which is a program of therapists in the school settings, and to be able to contact a school guidance counselor to see if you can match your child up with a school-based therapist. That would be another key endpoint. There's also some online therapy that is starting to happen, and St. Luke's is also embarking in that as well. So it's a very exciting time for St. Luke's to be expanding these entry services. If things are at more of a crisis level, some people have to just get to the emergency room because they are in an unsafe situation, or perhaps we're able to make referrals to our day program that we also have, which is called a partial hospitalization program.
Well, Dr. Clark, thank you so much for letting us know more about what St. Luke's is doing in this arena. Thank you for the work that you are doing. And we want to let people know that there is help offered out there through St. Luke's, and that there's hope, So thank you for joining us, Dr. Clark.
All right, thank you.
I love that St. Luke's is bringing these services close to home and shining a light on this issue. I'm Ashley Russo. Thanks for watching. To learn more about anything from today's show, go to our website at thepeaktv.com. And remember, every day is an opportunity to be your best self. This is The Peak. Yay. Please tell me that was good, because that was a great take.
You were good?
Yes, Sarah, nice solution. I don't know what this has to do with staying fit, but
Because you're moving.
welcome to The Peak. Portions of this program were paid for by St. Luke's University Health Network. The Peak TV is a production of ASR Media.
Like what you saw? Be sure to subscribe to our channel so you never miss another video.
To see more of The Peak TV, check out our website, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and catch us on WFMZ Channel 69.